Hey guys, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a MCU recap on one of the Marvel shorts called Marvel's One Shot, and it's All Hail the King. But before we get started, make sure you like the video, share the video because sharing is caring, subscribe to my channel, comment, and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's get started. And you know how I am, I'm going to read from my notes a little bit. So it starts out with a gentleman speaking about his last interview with the Mandarin, who we met in the Iron Man 3 movie. And we find out his name is Jackson Norris, and he talks about he's going to interview the Mandarin. This is going to be his last interview. He's going to see if he can get him to talk about his past. And we know that the Mandarin he was an alleged terrorist, but he turned out just to be an actor. And then we find out his name is Trevor Slattery. I was going to say Flattery, but he's somewhat of a celebrity at Seagate. Now, Seagate we'll hear about a lot more in the near future with the introduction of the Netflix Marvel series. So stay tuned for that. So Trevor gets into a fight with a gentleman, like an argument, not a fist fight. And then this black guy, this big burly black guy who's what he calls his butler, kind of breaks it up. The guy goes away, and then the butler and his friends ask Trevor to do the Mandarin voice. So he does the Mandarin voice. He like puts on a show for them. And then it goes to him meeting with Jackson Norris at in his room, and Jackson is starting to interview him. And he asks him basically about his past and how he researched the Mandarin and the Ten Rings, and which I had never heard of, and then he was asking him how he could not have known what was going on. So Trevor's like telling him he didn't research, the Ten Rings. They gave him the information. He didn't research it. He basically Googled his own name and gave himself a good wank. That is what he says. So suddenly, like, Jackson Norris gets up and he's telling him about the Ten Rings and all this other stuff. And Trevor's not understanding what he's saying. And he gets up and he's like messing with his video recorder, and suddenly a gun pops out of it. He shoots the two guards, he shoots the butler, but the butler is like kind of not fazed by it, so he beats the butler to death. And then he grabs Trevor from underneath the table, and he informs him that he is with the Ten Rings, and the Mandarin, he's going to break him out of jail because the real Mandarin wants to meet him and kill him and take his name back. So then it ends there, roll credits, and then they have an after credit scene, which is so funny to me because the whole entire video, even with the credits, is like 15 minutes long. But in the after credit scene, we see Justin Hammer. He's sitting at another table, and while Trevor's putting on the show for the guys with the Mandarin voice in the lunch hall of Seagate, Justin Hammer is sitting back with this other guy that's in Seagate with him, and he's annoyed by Trevor. He's like talking smack about him, and then they roll the credits again, and then they do a split screen with the credits, and Justin Hammer is still talking, and he's reading the Forbes magazine with Pepper Potts on the front. And he's like, oh, Pepper Potts, she's, an Amazon secretary. But, Tony Stark and I, we're friends. And he's saying all this stuff to the guy. And the guy is like, you could tell he doesn't really care. So that is all of it. That is the one shot. This one was kind of fun. It got a little bit dark in there when Jackson Norris kind of pops up with the gun and stuff and tells him he's a part of the Ten Rings. But um, I think that this one was a fun one. You can find it on numerous different outlets. Some of them are a little bit harder to find, some of the one shots, but this was an easy one to find to pick up. So, again, make sure you like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And up next is the first 7 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. So we are moving right along here. So stay tuned for my MCU recap on that. And until next time,